Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you to welcome our distinguished dignitaries with a warm round of applause as they take their stage on the dais. Honorable External Affairs Minister of Government of India, Dr. S. Jaishankar, Executive Vice President for Tech Sovereignty, Security and Democracy at the European Commission, Madam Vice President Henna Verkunen, Dr. Suzanne Raab, Director General, ICMPD, distinguished guests from the European Union and Government of India, representatives from the diplomatic community, and our friends from the media, a very warm welcome to all of you as you join us today for this auspicious event. Today is the launch of the European Legal Gateway Office, which represents a significant milestone in strengthening India-EU cooperation on mobility and in strengthening people-to-people ties. To begin this evening's program, I'm pleased to invite Madam Vice President, Ms. Henna Verkunen, to give her high-level address. Thank you very much. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, dear Minister Jaishankar, dear ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to be here with you today for the launch of the European Legal Gateway Office pilot in India. Europe and India have entered a new phase in our strategic partnership. The conclusion of the free trade agreement has sent a very strong signal. Our relationship is long-term, ambitious, and also anchored in mutual trust. At the same time, the digital transition is accelerating everywhere. Artificial intelligence, data, quantum, and advanced computing, they are reshaping our economies and our societies. And if we want to lead in this transformation, we must invest not only in technology, but also invest in people. Talent is the true infrastructure of the digital age. Today's launch is about that simple but very powerful idea. India is a global leader in digital skills and innovation. Indian students, researchers, and professionals, they are already making an enormous contribution to Europe's universities, our laboratories, and companies. In fact, Indians, they represent the largest group entering the EU for study and research. And we want this exchange to deepen and in a structured, transparent, and also mutually beneficial way. The European Legal Gateway Office will now serve as a one-stop hub for Indian talents and technology interested in opportunities in Europe. It will provide clear and reliable information on study and work pathways in full alignment with member states' frameworks and needs. And at the same time, it will support European employers and institutions in better engaging with India's extraordinary digital ecosystem, including partners such as NASCOM and leading skills academies in India. With a physical presence here in New Delhi and Brussels, and also through job fairs, study visits, and targeted outreach, this initiative will now create a trusted and practical talent corridor between India and Europe. And this is about brain circulation. It's about building skills, fostering innovation, and creating opportunities on both sides. In a more fragmented global environment, trusted mobility between partners who share democratic values and open economies is a very strategic asset. The European Legal Gateway Office embodies that vision. It strengthens our economic competitiveness, deepens our people-to-people ties, and also gives very concrete expression to our digital partnership. I'm very confident that this initiative will deliver tangible results for our students, professionals, and businesses, and also our broader strategic relationship. Let us now move swiftly from this launch to implementation. I want to thank you, everybody, for your participation and support.
Thank you, Madam Vice President, for your insightful remarks. It is now my privilege and honor to invite Dr. S. Jaishankar, Honorable External Affairs Minister of India, to share his remarks on the occasion.
Executive Vice President Henna Virkunen, Director General Susan Rapp, Excellencies, distinguished guests, friends from the media, it is a real pleasure to be with you today at the launch of the European Legal Gateway Office in India, an initiative that reflects the growing depth, confidence, and maturity of the India-European Union strategic partnership. Friends, we meet today following a truly defining moment in India-EU relations. The state visit of the President of the European Council and the President of the European Commission to India as guests of honor for the Republic Day, which is the first ever participation by such EU leaders, symbolizes the growing closeness, depth, dynamism, ambition, and future of our ties. India's partnership with the EU is promising, not just because of our shared values, but because we see each other today as natural and preferred partners with more strategic convergence than ever before. The conclusion of negotiations for an India-EU FTA, the signing of the Security and Defense Partnership, along with the other concrete outcomes of the 16th India-EU Summit, have put forward a roadmap for our shared future. The adoption of the Towards 2030, a joint comprehensive strategic agenda at the summit, really opens up a new chapter towards mutual prosperity, security, and sustainability. And in that, we recognize the key role of talent, skills, and knowledge. Now, the comprehensive framework for cooperation on mobility that was signed at the summit and the establishment of this legal gateway office translate our broader understanding into concrete action. Excellencies, friends, we are living through a period of profound transformation in the global economy. De-risking is a growing priority. Supply chains are being reconfigured. Technology is reshaping work. Demographics are diverging sharply across geographies. The concept of a global workforce is an emerging reality. Countries that can connect talent flows with seizing opportunity while ensuring legality, transparency, and fairness will be best positioned to navigate this transition. With one of the world's youngest populations, a rapidly growing skills base, and strong capabilities in digital, scientific, and emerging technologies, India is increasingly a major contributor to global talent pools. We believe in mobility with a purpose, mobility that is legal and regular, that empowers individuals, strengthens partner economies, and contributes to development at home. The European Legal Gateway Office must be appreciated in this larger context. It will serve as an enabler, one that brings predictability and clarity to mobility pathways across the European Union. As a trusted interface, it will help students, researchers, and professionals understand opportunities, pathways, and qualification frameworks. By doing so, It reduces uncertainty and enhances confidence, particularly among young Indians seeking to engage Europe's diverse education and innovation ecosystems. India's recent international engagements reflect a consistent belief that global challenges require connected societies and cooperative solutions. Talent mobility, when responsibly promoted, is part of that solution. Our focus for the AI Impact Summit that has been to recognize AI's unique capacity to bridge divides, amplify growth, enable social progress, and deliver solutions on scale. Our core philosophy is encapsulated in AI for all, that is grounded in ethical, human-centric advancement and driven by the principle of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, which is together with all, development for all. So let me conclude by offering a final thought. The European Legal Gateway Office is not just a facilitation for entry into Europe. It is a bridge between our societies, an expression of our trust, and an investment in a shared global workforce that is skilled, mobile, and resilient. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, distinguished Madam Vice President, distinguished secretaries, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It is really my pleasure to join you today in New Delhi for this important occasion when we launched the European Legal Gateway Office in India. As Director General of ICMPD, it is an honor to address you at this key moment in the evolution of European Union and India relations, a partnership that has matured steadily over the decades and is now entering a phase of clear strategic elevation. And the recent India-EU summit marked an important milestone in this journey, of course, and equally significant was the conclusion of the India Free Trade Agreement. So we all know that today economic cooperation is no longer defined solely by the exchange of goods and services. It is increasingly shaped by the movement of knowledge, of skills and talent. And it's therefore fitting that skills and talent mobility have emerged as cross-cutting enablers of India-EU cooperation. And I'm so proud that ICMPD is the selected partner of the European Commission and the Government of India to contribute to successful cooperation in the domain of mobility through establishment of the first European Legal Gateway Office in India. Today's event marks a significant milestone in translating the political vision into real operational action. This new office is a flagship initiative designed to facilitate safe, legal, and well-informed migration and mobility between India and the member states of the European Union, beginning with the ICT sector. And the initiative, of course, supports Indian students, Indian researchers and professionals by providing clear and reliable information on mobility pathways, including skills and qualification requirements across all 27 EU member states. And at the same time, it assists European employers and higher education institutions in engaging effectively with Indian talent, helping to match skills with opportunities through transparent and accessible channels. So how will the initiative work on the ground? The Legal Gateway Office operates with three interconnected components. So first, the Gateway Office in India, which serves as an operational hub, engaging directly with Indian students and professionals, institutions. Second, there is a support office in Brussels, working closely with all EU member states, employers, higher education institutions to mobilize demand and strengthen institutional cooperation. And third, so to say, as an umbrella, there will be a digital tool acting as a single window of information on mobility pathways, providing guidance on ICT job opportunities. Everything is needed: visa procedures, qualification requirements, and country-specific informations, and much more. Together, these components transform mobility from a very complex process, which it is at the moment, to a transparent and accessible pathway. Beginning with the ICT sector, allows this initiative to serve as a strategic pilot, one that can be expanded to additional sectors and wider areas of your further cooperation. Excellencies, ICMPD is so proud and honored to have been entrusted as the implementing partner of this flagship initiative. We are an international organization, an intergovernmental organization working in more than 90 countries globally. We work to strengthen migration governance and support partner governments in translating the policy commitments into operational realities. And since 2017, we have had the privilege of supporting EU-India cooperation in migration and mobility. And over the time, this cooperation has evolved steadily from dialogue to partnership and now to implementation. So today's launch also for us represents a tangible outcome of that shared journey. ICMPD is ready to contribute to our joint endeavor. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, finally, I would like to thank my team and everybody who contributes also to this event this evening. On behalf of ICMPD, I thank the European Commission and the government of India. We look forward to working closer together with our Indian and EU counterparts to make it all a success. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellencies, for your comprehensive insights. We'll now move to the ceremonial part of today's event. May I hand the dignitaries the remote for launching the website?
Navigating EU opportunities and mobility pathways, especially in fast-moving ICT sector, isn't always easy.
For many, the journey is slowed by paperwork, unclear pathways, and barriers that are hard to see and navigate.
But what if there was a one-stop hub? A coordinated approach bringing together a digital platform with verified information and resources.
A gateway office in India offering guidance on the ground to students, researchers, professionals and employers. And the EU Support Office strengthening coordination and outreach across member states and among EU employees and private sector actors.
Our greatest wealth are our people. And this is also why we are launching the first EU Legal Gateway Office in India. It will be a one-stop hub to support Indian talent moving to Europe in full alignment with EU member states' needs and policies.
FTA के साथ-साथ हम मोबिलिटी के लिए भी एक नया फ्रेमवर्क बना रहे हैं. इससे भारत के स्टूडेंट्स, वर्कर्स और प्रोफेशनल्स के लिए यूरोपियन यूनियन में नए अवसर खुलेंगे.
This project reflects the convergence of ICMPD's labor mobility expertise with the European Union and partner countries. This project is also a testament to ICMPD's unique perspectives in country-level work to support the European Union's efforts in addressing the gaps and demographic shifts in Europe.
Introducing the European Legal Gateway Office India, where information on all 27 EU countries comes together. Mobility pathways are easier to understand.
And where students, researchers, and professionals in the ICT sector can explore various options with confidence.
Distinguished guests, this is the landing page of this website, which was just shown. It would act as one-stop hub for all the information available. As the mobility journey evolves, so does our platform. So you could subscribe and get more information as this platform develops further. We will now request our esteemed dignitaries on the dais to step forward for a photo to mark this milestone moment. This brings us to the close of this initiative and program today. As we close, I would like to extend our sincere thanks to our esteemed dignitaries on the dais, Honorable External Affairs Minister of India, Dr. S. Jaishankar, for gracing today's event, Madam Executive Vice President, Ms. Henna Varkunan, our Director General from ICMPD, Dr. Suzanne Raab. Your collective support sets the foundation for deeper cooperation and shared progress between EU and India. We extend a warm thanks to all the esteemed guests who have joined us today for this important initiative. May I request you all to please remain seated while the dignitaries make their way out.
Thank you.
Services and how institutions, right, with another take a photograph in the grant, because in my with us to use services and how